everyone, this is Cindy, the Queen of the Heart. Merry Christmas. If you're watching this, this is the conclusion of my 25 days of Christmas if you're watching this on my blog. And today's project is about how to preserve Christmas cards at the end of the season. So there's lots of different ways. I've done different ways. I usually make some sort of an album each year, and the last couple of years I've actually put them in the album. But this year's album is a little bit different, and so I wasn't able to do that. I thought about sharing the album I made, but it's not done, and I kind of want to just do a one-time video on it. So I chose to do this project instead. So this could be a very green project, meaning really using stuff that you have. I use leftover chipboard, so my size is kind of funky because this is the size that I had cut down. But you could use a box. So if you have a leftover like shirt box or clothes box from Christmas, you could cut that up and use that. I use bookrings and I use my crocodile. But you can use whatever you need to make holes. You could use a hole punch, or if you're going through chipboard, you could use, a knife, or you can use other things to make holes if you need to get through that. Whatever scrapbook paper that you have, you could even use wrapping paper, and you could decorate it or not decorate it. So this one is very minimally decorated. I will probably put numbers on it when I'm done, because I might have a few more cards to include that doesn't belong there. Okay, so here it is. Why is this upside down like this? Okay, so here it is, and so I'm going to, and this paper that I'm using is left over from a project that, my scrapbook that I'm working on. So here are my book rings. And I'll show you. So basically, and then I put if I have leftover, if I have cool tags or leftover tags and things that I want to throw in there just for some interest, I do that also. So I do have, I'll see a couple of tags in here. And I did my holes already. And you can see it's all different sizes. And if the sizing bothers you, then cut your chipboard to the size that you need. But this doesn't bother me. I'm fine with things being kind of funky sizes, but it's really difficult to throw these things away. And it's because a lot of them have these picture cards of family and friends, and it's how are people write you notes. So if you ever get those newsletter ones, then I just punch a hole in that. Okay, so there's that one. Close that. So yeah, I just punch a hole in the newsletter and I stick that in there. I didn't have a lot of those this year. I had one, I think, and I don't know what I did with it. But when I find it, I'll stick it in here. So you just, I'm totally off camera. What the heck? My camera is way down there. So yeah, I way off camera, not paying attention. I'm actually filming this on Christmas morning. I probably should have done it last night, but I just didn't feel like it. So just keep doing this through. Okay. And last one. So you could, obviously you could do this any way that you choose to. But this is really one of those 15-minute projects. I don't feel like it should take a long time for this project because it's just, a simple and easy project, a way to preserve all of your fun cards. What the heck? Put them in there. And this one is punched funky. Go in there and punch where I need to. So I was punching these holes like last night, and it's just some of the holes are a little not as good as they could be. In there. So this morning, my kids are still with their father, so I don't get them until tomorrow. Yeah. So I still actually, you know, on a good note, it helps me prepare some other things. Get the rest of their presents ready. So, okay. Yeah. So, and I'm going to go to my parents' house this morning, and my dad makes breakfast every year. So I'm going to go do that. And let's get this in. Here. This is the hardest part of the project. So yeah, last night I was like, oh, I need to finish this project. And, you know, I like to be done with Christmas projects when Christmas is done, but it's always those leftover projects. Okay, finally, yay. Okay, so once you've got it, then here it is. Then what I'm going to do this time is, let's see here. I have this Christmas ribbon. Now you could use ribbon from packaging if you want. It's just that I was digging out stuff and I found that I had this ribbon. So that's the reason why oh, no, I can't use this ribbon. This is a sticky ribbon, adhesive ribbon. I won't be using that ribbon because it's adhesive. I'm going to use this ribbon maybe instead. I didn't even know I had that adhesive ribbon. It's kind of cool. Last year I had bought at Michael's. They had a whole bunch of their Michael's, you know, the Martha Stewart stuff was like dirt cheap. And I kind of waited. I didn't go the day after because I was busy. But I did end up going. And I still had like stuff left. I'll cut a few pieces off of here, off of this one. So, yeah. And my family was so nice. They didn't ask me, you know, where Tyler and Lily were because they were with their dad. I was kind of, you know, bummed a little bit. But I played with my baby nephew. It's all good. Okay. Let's get one more here. So I'm going to put numbers on there, you know, for the year. I'm going to dig out something I've got in my stash. I'm not going to make anything. And then you just take your ribbon and you just tie it here. Really good way of using a ribbon from wrapping too, if you have any. Okay, and guys. Almost there. Okay, so I'm going to keep tying ribbon and decorate the front, but I wanted to show you the one that I had made in 2011. So this was all done with scraps, and I still even have some of these felt snowflakes still somewhere, but just everything in here. And 2011, oh my gosh, how little my babies were. So yeah, that's all in here. I included, you know, cards, all kinds of little things. This one I made a pocket, and I put some of the letters that I got in the pocket. So, you know, you could do whatever, you know, strikes your fancy. But this is how it looks. And this one's a little bit bigger. And then I've got this one right here. And so this is just a good way of preserving your cards, because so many of them are photo cards and no one really wants to throw those away. Or maybe people made you cards and you want to keep them. So this is just a really easy way. I forget who had this on their blog. I had seen this on someone's blog years ago, 2011. And so I do it every couple of years. That's how I do it. So anyway, thank you for watching. This is Cindy's Creative the Heart.